Ladies and gentlemen, how are you for this Tuesday night? A lot going on right now, including, well, there was two debates going on. So I reckon I wasn't going to come on actually tonight because I figured a lot of people would be away watching whatever this debate is between the two people, Kamala and Trump or whatever. I figured that a lot of people would be watching that, but because I hadn't seen you since yesterday, I was like, "Oh, well, I should still come on and see everyone." So how are you doing? Hey, Maria, Marilyn Landis, Mr. DJ. I am guessing everyone's off watching that. All right. Well, then we may just have a very quiet show tonight. We may just do a few stories and get out of here. I do want to talk about this because this is really interesting. Today in Atlanta, I hope people saw this because it had very much like tones of Vegas, like from 5 years ago, and the footage I saw, it was like, wow, it almost looks so similar. I'm surprised people aren't freaked out by it. How many times do you have people who fire from a hotel room? Um, Here, so Midtown Four Seasons Hotel, armed, barricaded suspect has now been apprehended. He wasn't before. And here, I'll show it to you. This guy was firing out of a window. I woke up to this and I'm like, are we back in Vegas? Is this the same as what happened all those years ago? I was hoping not. Luckily, it didn't seem to end that badly, but still pretty frightening if you're in the downtown, midtown area of Atlanta near the Four Seasons. I can't imagine what this must have been like if you're in a hotel nearby or if you're in the short stay section of the Four Season. So this happened in the residential section. So what that is, that's people who are long stay or they sort of rent. It's sort of like renting, and you can rent a hotel room. So you sort of live at the hotel. Yeah, it's like for weirdos who don't want to own their own apartment. That's basically what it is. Here we go.
That's gunfire. We're following breaking news in Midtown Atlanta. Police have just apprehended an armed man who was barricaded inside the Four Seasons Hotel on 14th Street. People in the area reported hearing those gunshots as the man refused to come out for hours.
These are pictures that were taken during the standoff. Take a look at this. You see the man with his hands up at the window. This other image shows a chair being thrown from the window. Now, because of the situation, 13th and 14th Streets were shut down between West Peachtree Street and Crescent Avenue. The Peachtree Walk is also closed as police investigate.
Sky Fox 5 is live over the scene right now. This is that live picture for you. You can see a large police presence, a large area taped off by crime scene tape as well. Good evening, and thank you for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Russ Spencer.
And I'm Christine Spiro. Within the last 20 minutes, we've learned police have apprehended that armed man who had barricaded himself inside the hotel. Fox 5's Christopher King joins us live from downtown with this breaking story, Christopher.
That's right, Christine. Police say they're going to speak in just a short time from now. We hope about 15 to 20 minutes from now. Now, police had this area blocked off. They had this opened up again. They just reopened this. This is 14th Street near Crescent. This is what it looks like right now. Police letting traffic out of this building over here. This is at 1180 Peachtree Street, right near Crescent. Now, police had this area blocked off. There was a standoff. Police say an armed man was barricaded inside the Four Seasons Hotel at 14th Street. Now, we had heard loud shots about 90 minutes ago. They reverberated off building. Police were telling people to stay where they were at the time and to avoid windows. Police shut down the surrounding streets. They include 14th from West Peachtree to Crescent over to Peachtree Street. They seem to be opening up some of the streets right now. Traffic has been blocked off on 14th Street here. And of course, police were saying that somebody was inside the building throwing debris out. We'd heard there was a chair that was thrown out of the window. From now, what we're told, police have a man in custody. Police will speak to us a short time from now. We are working to get more details. For now,
Here, let me stop it there. I want to show you a piece of footage. You sort of saw it there, but not all of
Say
it. Hold on.
avoid this.
It's down here. Where is it? Yeah. There's like people taking photos. Like a dude with a camera. Like, what was he shooting at? No one knows. What was he angry about? Not sure. But he was like throwing furniture off the balcony. He was like shooting up into the sky. I don't know what was going on. Maybe they were evicting him for acting like that. I don't know. But let's see if they have the one where he throws something over the edge and he just points the gun to the sky and just starts firing. Let's see. Ah, they don't have it. It's a shame. There's one where he just like throws stuff off the balcony and he just grabs his gun and just starts firing into the air. Looks like something out of Grand Theft Auto. Like someone just took over a hotel and decided
He
to.
is a birthday
There you
boy
go.
in
You
a
can
couple
kind
of
of see
days, and
him.
he will be 30. And
Hey,
at 30 years of age, he has a wife. He has got a 13-year-old daughter.
sorry.
got a
I'm not trying to make you
10-year-old
hotel sick. There we go. That is not the Atlanta thing. This is actually must be the YSL trial from today. That's what that video playing was. Sorry, we had to turn that off. Pretty crazy. He is a 70-year-old man named as J. Stephen Berger, who they said was staying in the residential section of the Four Seasons in Atlanta in Midtown, and they saying he fired at least 3 different types of guns and may have been armed with more weapons, including knives. And as you heard, just gunshots ringing out in Midtown. Eventually, they were able to get up there and stop him. And it looks like at one point he wanted to give up. You can see here in this photo here, he's got his hands up, just I don't know, saying, "I give up. Hey, I give up. I give up. I won't fire the gun anymore. Everyone, just go home. It's cool. We're done now." I don't know what he was up to. I really want to find the one where he threw the stuff off the balcony. Hold on.
Let's go back to breaking news there on the ground at 14.
There's a standoff down here. Avoid windows. The Peachtree Walk. Now, this is a very tense situation. Let's take a look at some chopper that we have from overhead, we had from earlier today. Right now, it is very busy out here. It is very crowded over here. Police are on the street. They have got the street blocked off. You can see their lights flashing down here. We were told earlier somebody may have been throwing things out of the window at the Four Seasons. And right now, police, again, have this area blocked off, a very, very busy area, but they're diverting traffic around the area at 14th and Peachtree, at 14th and West Peachtree. We are working to get more information.
What you see there on the bottom there, that's all stuff he threw out of the window and fell and smashed on the concrete. These are all items from his room.
Told police will be speaking about 15 to 20 minutes from now. Of course, when that happens, we'll take that live. But for now, we are live on 14th Street.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what it was about. There's no update, like why he did it. Even when I look here, let's see. No. Let's go to NBC News and I'll see if they have anything else. They say a police officer and a suspected shooter were injured Tuesday after gunfire erupted at a Midtown Atlanta building occupied by a Four Seasons hotel and residences. The officer was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, according to the police chief. They said the suspect was also hospitalized. His injuries were not specified. The man fired at least once from the balcony of a residence on the 33rd floor of a 53-story building. Officials say he also fired through walls and doors, but no other people were injured. They're saying the shooter used as many as 3 firearms, including a handgun and at least one long gun. And they say 2 officers returned fire as he was firing. They say police responded to the high rise after 10 a.m. following a dispute between a building worker and the man on the 33rd floor, which is occupied by residences. Officers attempted to get the individual to come to the door to speak with them, and he refused to do so. And then we began negotiating, asking him to come out. A weapon was thrown from the balcony, according to police. They say the 33rd floor was evacuated as police stood up with the man and ultimately breached the door of the unit to rush him and take him into custody. The floors above and below were sealed off during the incident. Traffic below was halted. It's not clear whether the injured, including the officer and the suspect, were struck by gunfire or other injuries. The suspect was identified as 70-year-old J. Stevens Burger. That's an interesting name. Sounds like a restaurant. Come to J. Stevens Burger and get your firearm. They're saying here they'll be investigated on suspicion of aggravated assault and other possible violations. That's it. You fire from a hotel and they'll arrest you and release no details. None. You can have no details. Let's look it up. Let's see if we can find a photo of Mr. J. Stevens Burger. Let's see. Oh, we do have a photo. He looks like an angry guy. Here, I'm going to show this photo to you. He looks like an angry dude. He looks quite pissed off. It's not a great photo, but there you go. There's him in the back of the ambulance being taken to be treated. He looks quite mad about what? I'm not sure. Maybe the breakfast bagels at the Four Seasons were not fresh. Hey Danny, how are you? Do you need to be rich to live in the Four Seasons? I don't know. How much does it cost? Probably a lot of money. Hold on. Let's see. What are the rates for Four Seasons Atlanta? How much does it cost? I have no idea. Hotel rooms in Atlanta? No. Well, if you just want a room, it's around $790 a night. Very, very costly. If you want long term, I don't know. I don't even know how you get a long term. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have to go through a booking agency or can you just book it through their website? I'm not sure. I have never done it. I am not that rich. I cannot afford to spend thousands of dollars a week on rent. It's probably thousands of dollars. I don't know how much, but it would be more than a normal person's, renting an apartment. Yeah, what does this say? Yeah, like some of their ones, like a terrace city view, accessible king wide, $1,301 a night. It's very expensive. They have 2 rates. I don't know why. Rate 1, rate 2. What's the difference? Let's see. Come on, Four Seasons. Show us the I got no idea. Advance purchase. What does that mean? Okay. So apparently if you book in advance, they give you 20% off. Great, thank you. I don't know, but like I'll show you this. So these are in Australian dollars. Unfortunately, they're showing me in Aussie money, but you know, a a midtown suite apartment, king bed, a little like a little hallway type thing, a little hallway, a little lounge room, like $2,200 per night. I'm guessing if you rent through either them or an agent, it's still going to be expensive, very expensive. Yeah, I don't know. Hey Anna, how are you? It doesn't look all that. Will you pay like at $2,000? Yeah, I just want one of the seasons, not all of them. 500 a night? Wow, what would your rent be? Let's have a look. 500 times 28. It's like 14 grand a month. 14 grand a month. I ain't paying that. Even if I become like a top 1% YouTuber, I ain't doing that. I ain't paying that for rent. Never. I'd rather buy somewhere. Don't be giving your money away for free. Make sure you get property. Property you can always keep, right? Don't just waste your money on like living in a residence like that. If you save that money, get a deposit, you can get on the property ladder. You'll earn a lot more money back, a lot more credit. You can get like a mortgage. You get a mortgage, you get more access to other financial products. It's yeah. Don't be doing that unless you're a movie star. Unless you're like Tim Allen and you already own like 50 houses. Right, exactly. Try in Los Angeles. All right. Let's go to can we go to Four Seasons LA? All right. All right. What is the Four Seasons in LA? Let's go Beverly Hills. Yeah. Oh, to book now, they won't even tell us. They're like, book offer now. You have to call them. All right. Let's say, fine. We want to stay. We want to stay from Friday because we're party people, and we're going to check out on Monday because we have to be back for Thanksgiving. All right. That's next month. Let's check the rates. It's about the same. Actually, it's cheaper. The Atlanta one was more expensive. Actually, the Beverly Hills one is actually cheaper, a little bit cheaper. Yeah. Yeah, the Beverly Hills one's cheaper than the Atlanta. Although the suites are expensive. The Doheny suite is like $3,692 a night. Is this where all the famous people stay? Is this where Shannon Doherty stays, like, hangs out? Is this where Britney Spears gets a hotel room for the night? Is this why I never see her at the $79 a night hotel? I always wondered why. I was always like, how come I never run into Britney? It's because she's staying here. That's why. $5,431 Australian a night. So probably like 3,500, 3,800 a night American. $4,974. Apparently, if you're a director and you stay in the director suite, it's much cheaper than staying in the Grand Doheny Street one. Great. I'll be a director and I'll get the cheaper room. 5 grand a night for this. Oh, I don't know what you do for a living, but you earn more than I do. You earn way more than Ping. Do you know what he did before he was an actor? He got done for trafficking Coca-Cola. Not joking. He got done for trafficking Coca-Cola. Dude's a player for sure. Actually, he has a new show coming out next year. If any of you liked his previous show, Last Man Standing, that was on ABC and then Fox earlier, like 5 years ago, he has a new show coming out called Shifting Gears, coming out on ABC in 2025. They probably spent daddy's money, maybe. 5 grand a night. Who are these people? And how come I'm not friends with them? All right, I don't know why we're checking hotel rooms, but sure. Whatever he paid, it's probably a lot. They say, they say a person with the same name resides at the Four Seasons building is listed by the Georgia Composite Medical Board as an MD and a certified ophthalmologist. What the hell is an ophthalmologist? I've heard the word before, but I can't tell you what it does. Ah, he's a doctor who specializes in eyes. So if you have eye issues, maybe that's why he has a firearm. He's like, I'm just testing my eyes out. I have to for my job. I have to. I have to know if I can aim straight. And the Four Seasons said I could fire from my balcony for my job. It's part of my role. I have to. I have to know if I have 20/20 vision. I wonder if that's what he'll say. He'll say, I had to. It was part of my contract. Like Richard in Pretty Woman, yeah. 50 Cent just turned down $3 million for a performance. Ain't no one offering me that. Ain't no one offering me 3 mil. Because I'd be like, yeah, I'll take it. Unless it's OnlyFans, and I'll be like, I'm good. Ain't no one want to see that anyway. All right. Let's go to the title story because I think it's really important. Remains found near Hoover Dam in 2009 have now been identified. This was a picture of the guy, actually. So, from what I understand and my reading around, he sort of lived a nomadic lifestyle, traveled around the southern parts of the USA, Southwest, and his family hadn't seen him in a long time. And that, we hear that all the time in true crime. They say a 15-year-old mystery has finally been solved. In November 2009, workers contracted to pour cement on Highway 93, took a break at milepost 3 near Hoover Dam. While standing on the west side of the highway, a worker spotted a human bone. The workers looked around the area and found additional bones and notified their supervisor, who notified the National Park Service agents. They say the Mojave County Sheriff's Office was also notified. Investigators eventually found more bones, a sun-bleached pair of blue jeans, a damaged white towel, a sun-bleached red t-shirt, a black athletic shoe, and a green sleeping bag. Over the years, the Sheriff's Office says they weren't able to develop any leads as to who the person was. That was until February 2nd, 2022. A detective obtained a bone sample of the victim from the medical examiner's office and submitted it to the Arizona DPS lab, requesting a DNA profile that could be submitted into the CODIS database to try and identify the unknown person. The sample was also sent to the University of North Texas, where an extracted DNA sample was obtained and stored for analysis. Once again, investigators did not find any new leads. Do you notice a word here? A highlighted word, a mystery word. Othram. Here we go. Fast forward to Othram. Fast forward to April 2024. Othram, a genetic lab in Texas, told investigators they had received a grant funding to pay for the forensic genetic genealogy in the case. The sample that was stored at UNT was sent to Othram so a genetic genealogist could develop a profile. They say in October 2024, investigators received a report from them who stated the victim was a descendant of ancestors born in the 1800s and lived in Michigan. That's pretty cool. They say investigators began looking into possible relatives of the victim and spoke with a pair of siblings who said their brother William Herman, I'm going to pronounce this, Hitamaki, and they say that he had not been seen since 1995 and had been traveling throughout the southwest region. After additional testing with the relatives, investigators were able to confirm they were his remains. According to deputies, he was born April 4th, 1950, and grew up in the Trout Creek, Michigan area. After graduating high school, he began traveling and was known to hitchhike and lived a nomadic lifestyle. He was last seen by his family when he visited his sister in New Mexico in 1995. Public records also show that he once lived in Las Vegas. The medical examiner's office was unable to determine how he died due to the conditions of the remains when they were found. However, they estimated that he died sometime between '06 and '08. So they're not 100% sure why he died or how he wound up there, but they were able to return his identity to him, and that's the most important part. They don't know why he was even there on the side of the highway. Did someone bring him there? Did someone kill him? It's very unfortunate. I mean, he was lying there for, wait, how long did they find him? In '09. So at a minimum, maybe a year. At a maximum, maybe 3 years that his remains were just sitting at the side of a highway near the Hoover Dam. I want to know how no one saw it. Hold on, let's have a look. Milepost 3 near Hoover Dam. Can we find a map for that? I don't know if they're going to be able to show us something like that. Well, there's Hoover Dam. They're not going to show us a milepost though. So what this project actually was, from what I understand, this highway, I think it's this one, the Hoover Dam bypass. No, is that Highway 93? Yes. So this highway here used to be only, I think, 2 lanes each way or something, or 1 lane each way. And in '09, they started a project to widen it to allow more traffic through. And that's where they found his remains. So he could have been out here somewhere. Like you see, just at the side of the road, the workers were taking a break from widening, this area to make the new highway, and they were able to find him. Actually, can we get on here? Will we get a mile marker if we look around? Did we just miss one there? Mile 1. So we have to go back this way? Or is Ping mental? We'll find out when Ping gets to the second one. I'm guessing it'd have to be down here. Because you're getting closer to the dam. Let's see. Let's see if Ping's right or Ping's very wrong. And then I'll have to go back and go back the other way. We'll have to go to the top view. Well, we might have to go really far up the road. I'm guessing it's probably up here somewhere. Pretty area. Look, you can see the dam. Imagine driving through this at night. Who is this? The Mike O'Callahan, Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman, we all know Pat Tillman from the Arizona Cardinals. Ended up going to the military and being killed by friendly fire. Really horrid story if you've ever listened to it or read it. What does this say? No stopping on bridge. Okay, I won't. What does see? Everyone in chat's like, Ping, it's the wrong way. It's the other way. Wow, if this is true, it's really far out. Well, out from the bridge anyway, not close like they're saying. Close is a relative term, I guess. Nope. Oh, look, electricity. Let's see, keep going out. I don't know, maybe we passed it already. Oh, we jumped over. There we go. Oh, we've slowed to a crawl apparently. What the hell? No. Google Maps, you are terrible. You jumped us off to the wrong highway. Why'd you do that? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll look for it later. I'll post it on the Facebook. But as you can see, it is a pretty brutal area. If you were stuck somewhere in that side area, maybe someone wouldn't find you for a year or two. Who's going to be wandering around there just for fun? Except if you're a worker. Like, who's gonna be up here, or unless you're working on the lines or a hydro project or the power lines or something, or you're a road worker, which is who found him. How would you ever I wanna see if we can get back on the road. Let's go back here. Let's Google, you really suck. So you're not gonna let us go back up there, but you put us down here. Congratulations, Google. You are terrible. Yeah. I'll have to look for it later, but yeah, there you go. Like, if he was somewhere out in this kind of region, he must have been close to the road because they were just having lunch and they found him. But even there, like, what if there was a body there? You drive millions of cars would drive past here every year. No one would ever know. And then the body would just sit there for, until someone was like, hey, I'm here to do some sort of contracted work, and they find them. Like all throughout here, like no one's going to be walking through here. It's the thing about these type of regions, I guess. Nothing out there, no. But yeah, so I'm glad it was one of those moments of fate where these road workers were obviously put there to find him. They were. That's what I believe. I believe they were told to go there that day by a higher power because he had to be found. And I like that. What case are you guys talking about? You guys talking about Delphi? The Delphi. If he walked, I wouldn't be surprised. If they came back with a non-guilty verdict, uh, I don't think anyone would. If you're shocked by that, you haven't been following closely enough because the case is a 100%. It's just a mess. The entire thing. It's been a mess for years. For years. You look at like the document leakage, the freaking guy that died, the lawyers that got pushed off. Like there's so much different there's been so much interference and muddying the water, not even on the internet, just on the legal side. That's why I'm not covering it because I'm just like, I don't want a bar of it. I just We'll see what happens at the end of the trial, but it is a basket case of a case. It really is. And I don't know, but if they got a guilty verdict, even on some of the charges, like kidnapping or something, I would be surprised. Something tells me that's why they added those charges in January or whatever. They added a couple more charges to his file. Maybe they did that as a fallback option in case they weren't able to find him guilty of murder. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it is. It's something like, what was it, like $20 for every resident in the county. That's what it was worked out to. $20 from everyone's rates or land tax or whatever. $20 had gone to, or $200 or whatever it was, went to the trial. That's how much it cost to fund the trial. It was like millions of dollars. It is. It really is. Those two girls, Abby and Libby, deserve better. They deserve justice for what happened to them, and they deserve a much more watertight case than this. I mean, how long have we had? What was it, 2017? It's 2024. We've had two different presidents since they were found, something like that. I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, I was in my early 30s when they were located. Early 30s. I was just turned 30 or something. I'm 40 years old now, and it's been that long. Yeah, I was 33 when they were discovered. I wasn't a YouTuber. I didn't even do true crime at the time, and yeah, I was a younger man. Now I'm middle aged. I'm 40. It's been forever, and this is the best we have. This is the best we have on the Delphi case. They're like, well, we have some evidence, and was the guy found a bullet? Is it the right bullet? Oh, it might be, could be. Did you find any DNA? Well, we did some testing. Did it come back as conclusive? Well, we not really. It's just a mess. It really is. All right. I want to bring you two stories. One is from my friend Peekaboo Cockatiel. I want to do this for her. And then, what the hell? Actually, we might have four stories from Philadelphia. They got some crazy stuff, but first, I want to bring you this story. It is very sad, and it shows you it doesn't matter what your job is, you really need to be careful out there. You need to pay attention to your OH&S, okay?
Kansas and a tragedy on a skydiving trip, but this one happened on the ground.
This just appears to be a terrible accident that occurred here today.
Police are describing a horrifying accident at this airfield near Wichita, Kansas. Travel photographer and skydiver Amanda Gallagher killed after walking backwards into the propeller of a small plane.
She was taking photos of people coming on and off the plane.
The 37-year-old had boarded the plane to take photos of skydivers. After landing, she moved in front of the wing and stepped back towards the propeller to photograph the next group. That's when authorities say she collided with the propeller.
She was transported by EMS and she succumbed to those injuries.
Gallagher's accident similar to what happened to model Lauren Scruggs Kennedy. Back in 2011, the then 22-year-old stepped off a plane in the dark and walked into the propeller. She lost her left eye and hand. She spoke in 2017 about her remarkable recovery.
I've definitely struggled through it. I've been like, man, today I really missed my hand, and today's just hard. I was in the hospital for about 3 weeks, and a year after that, I was just in physical therapy every day.
Back in Kansas, loved ones on a fundraising site described Gallagher as a loving daughter, sister, aunt, and friend, adding she will be greatly missed. The FAA and the NTSB are both investigating Gallagher's death. Now we turn to
Yeah, what a sad story. So, from what I understand, she had gone up with a set of parachuters to, document their jump. She didn't jump. She was in the plane. The plane dropped them off, like let them jump. It landed again. She hopped out to document the next group of people that were going up for their jump. But as she did that, she walked back with her camera to take a photo, wanted to get a wider view to get more people in the photo, and stepped back and around the wing and then got clipped by the blade. They said during their onboarding process, it's one of their rules that you never ever walk past the wing of the aircraft while it is, well, ever. You just don't. I was about to say while it is on, but apparently it's just ever. It's just one of the rules they have. You either walk back to the back of the plane, you never walk towards the front of the plane. Apparently it's just sort of like one of the rules of aviation. You never go towards the front, you go away. And they reckon she just wasn't thinking, that she was just wanting to get the photo, and there's a bit of a time rush because they got to get on the plane and get up and then jump, and that she just wasn't, she was just trying to do her job. And it's sort of like muscle memory. So she's like, okay, this is how you take a photo. You step back and get a wider view. And she just walked back into the propeller. They think that she wouldn't have even felt it. it was an instant death, unfortunately. The propeller just, yeah, killed her instantly. Unfortunately, I feel very sad that the people jumping had to witness it. They were right in front of her as it happened. And, that must be very hard for them to witness as well. Let me bring up that GoFundMe from her family. Wow, weird. It's not. Did they close it? Hold on. Oh no, here. Raised almost $20,000 so far in memory of Amanda Gallagher, funeral support for her family. They're saying that she was a kind, adventurous, creative, and beautiful inside and out. She was a loving daughter, sister, aunt, friend, and will be greatly missed. On October 26th, Amanda passed away in a very sad accident, doing what she loved, skydiving and taking pictures. As her family processes through this tragic accident, they could use your help covering the funeral expenses. Please consider helping them out and also keeping them in your prayers. This woman says, "My name is Abby, and I'm Amanda's sister in law. Her brother and I will be managing the funds and paying for the funeral on behalf of Amanda's parents." Wow. I don't even know what to say. It's a really, really horrible, horrible way to go. Yeah, it really is. So that was the story they were talking about at the end here. If I go to the end of this video, that's this woman here. That's this lady here. If we can get to it. Yeah.
Accident similar to what happened to model Lauren Scruggs Kennedy. Back in 2011, the then 22-year-old stepped off a plane in the dark and walked into the propeller. She lost her left eye and hand. She spoke in 2017 about her remarkable recovery.
I've definitely struggled through it. I've been like, man, today I really miss my hand. And today's just hard. I was in the hospital for about 3 weeks.
That was the other one that happened in, about 10 years ago. That was a model. She was coming back from a shoot and it was in the dark. She hopped off the plane and walked in the wrong direction. There's got to be more done for small aircraft. When you have big aircraft, you have people and ropes that have, cut things off. So, humans follow. Oh, there's a rope here. Well, then it means we're supposed to go this direction. We're sort of like cattle. But when you're in a light aircraft, a lot of the time they don't have them. Although I have seen them, but not always. And it should be, mandatory. You need to have a barrier put up or a rope put up so it guides people away from the danger zone. I know it's not always practical, but it would help save people. And then people will say, "Ping, only 3.5 people die every 25 years from this accident." I know, but I don't think that would make it any easier for her family, right? Her family don't care that only happens to 3 people every 20 years. It doesn't bring their daughter back. All right, let's see. Anything else on this one about her? There's a nice photo of her. Oh, really? There's a skydiving video of her. I want to see.
Soon there wouldn't be any kids.
Are you supposed to hang on to that thing? I don't know. Like I've never skydived before. Are you supposed to hang on to that part there? This? Are you supposed to hang on to that black? Are you supposed to hang on to that wing? I don't know if you is that a real skydiving thing? Danny says I'm sad for the poor people who saw it happen. Oh yeah. It was during the day too. So it wasn't at night. They definitely they will definitely need some counseling for sure. I mean, I don't know how do you even process that? I don't know if you can. We have to read that. Hold on. They're saying emergency services were called around 2:40 p.m. on Saturday. They airlifted the woman to hospital where she died from her injuries. So yeah, there's the plane. There's the plane that was involved. And yeah, very sad, very, very sad story for Amanda. There's a nice photo of her during happier times. I like to show everyone the photo. That's under the plane. Yeah, are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to hold on to that? Is that a thing? Okay, I want to see what this says. Ah, okay. So you remember we brought you a story, Amanda Overstreet, that she was found in a freezer in her mum and boyfriend's home that they had sold, and then when someone was clearing out the home, they found her body in the freezer. Well, according to this news release, they're saying that the teenager had a bullet hole in her forehead, and that's according to a witness in her gruesome murder probe has revealed. They say Amanda's whereabouts have been a mystery for almost 2 decades until a real estate investor in Grand Junction, Colorado, purchased a filthy hoarder house from Leanne Eimer, 55, in January this year. When cleaning it out, she found the severed head and hands in a chest freezer in the garage. The discovery launched a homicide investigation by the Mesa County Sheriff's Office. They're saying in a new twist, DailyMail.com has learned exclusively that the Grand Junction homebuyer has claimed there was a bullet hole in Amanda's forehead, making it appear that she had been killed execution style. What the hell? That is disturbing. Who, like, so her mother killed her, or the mother's partner killed her? They're saying here the shocking claim adds to a growing number of contradictory tales about the teenager's demise. The real estate entrepreneur, who was asked not to be identified, shared her story with Amanda's high school friend Rachel Valentine, and they're saying these are in messages obtained by dailymail.com. Says here, no, she didn't OD. Girl, there was a gunshot to the center of her forehead, execution style. The woman's first revelation was that Amanda's remains were discovered. Leanne allegedly told police that Amanda had been on a road trip with her stepfather, Leanne's late husband Bradley, when she ran away. Oh, yeah? Is that how that happened? They're saying Bradley died from COVID in 2021, according to his death certificate. One of the investigators told me Leanne had Bradley take Amanda to Texas. When Bradley came home, he told her Amanda had run away. Oh, yeah, is that what happened? Sure. So, how come this guy has been dead since 2021? You owned the home since that point. You, yes, that's right, Leanne, you. And somehow you're just like, I just never looked in the freezer. Oh my God, I never looked in it. I just, I never looked in my own freezer. When my husband died, I never cleared out any of his stuff, and I was never curious what was in that giant chest freezer in the garage. So I just left it there. And then I sold the house. And then you know what? I was going to play dumb. Should they ever find her remains, I'd act like, oh my God, I had no idea that my dead child was in the freezer. Oh, it must have been my dead ex-partner. Ain't no one believe you. Ain't no one believe you. I promise, no one believes you. No one believes your ass that you just went, oh my God, my dead daughter's there? I thought she was in Texas. No, not a effing chance. Nah. Yeah, it was the stepdad, yeah. Not biological father of the daughter. He's a different dude. So, I don't care. I don't care if you told me it was filled to the roof with newspapers from Ronald Reagan's inauguration. It's still her home. The husband passed away in like 3 years ago, she would have looked through the home, and if she didn't, then she, I still just I'm sorry, I don't believe her. I don't believe you, not at all, never ever, 'cause you're full of crap. Don't believe it. And this story, oh my god, I took Amanda to Texas and somehow she just ran away. Come on, you gotta think up better stories than that. There's some just yeah, I know, but come on, guys, listen to the story. Oh, I told him to take her to Texas, and then he came home and told me she just ran away. And then, oh, I sold the house and ta-da! Her remains are in the freezer, chopped up with a bullet hole in her head. No, I'm sorry. Not a chance. People ain't that dumb. They're not that dumb. Listen, when Bradley came home, he told her Amanda had run away. He also told her he had shot a deer and was going to put it in the freezer. She wasn't to look at it at all. Come on. Stop. Stop. It just makes me want to stop doing true crime. It's just like, what is going on? Like, if your husband came home and went, our daughter ran away. Well, like, it's his adoptive daughter or whatever title you want to give her. She ran away, but I shot a deer. Who is this? This Chad Daybell? This Chad Daybell when he shot a freaking raccoon? No. What is going on? Yeah, where's the body? Yeah. Right. There was her hands and her head. Where the hell is her cut? Like, where's her torso? And like her legs, I guess. Come on, man. I don't believe for a second. No one can ever convince me that woman didn't know. And if she didn't know, then it's like just ignorance. Pure unadulterated ignorance. Like she just didn't want to know. She was like, "Oh, my life's so great. I don't want to know. So I'm just going to pretend like that's a real story that my daughter ran away and then he shot a deer. But my daughter's gone too, but who cares? We got a deer." Raccoon Gate, that's right. Yeah, well, apparently the mom had told the stepfather or whatever, her partner, to take her to Texas, Amanda to Texas, and on the way, she ran away from him. And then apparently on the way back, he shot a deer, and then he was gonna put the deer in the freezer. But apparently she wasn't to look in the freezer because the deer was very scary. Don't wanna look at the scary dead deer, so don't look in the freezer, okay? But it has nothing to do with the daughter that is now missing. Don't get suspicious. Don't ever ask any questions. Come on. It's just stupid. If somehow she passes a lie detector test, they should literally take her off the streets and put her in a mental institution because she doesn't have the brains to operate in the real world. I'm sorry. You just don't. You can't put one and one together and get two. And you never looked in the freezer in 3 years since your husband or boyfriend or whatever you want to call him died. You weren't like, "Oh my god, I remember when he went to Texas that time with Amanda and he came home with a deer. I wonder if he really killed Amanda. Maybe I should look in the freezer." No, instead I'm going to just sell the home. And then I'm going to act like I'm so surprised when someone found my daughter dead in my home. Oh, no. Yeah. From what I can tell, she knew. She did tell the family that Amanda overdosed on drugs and they just let her die. I truly don't believe Amanda would OD. She was not on drugs. They say I kept checking in on her and last I heard she was being checked into Mind Springs, the mental institution. Do you know what charges she's looking at? She would probably plead insanity. And then this lady who is the retail investor said, "No, she didn't OD, girl. There was a gunshot to the center of her forehead, execution style." They say here one of the investigators told me Leanne had Bradley take Amanda to Texas. When Bradley came home, he told her Amanda had run away. He also told her he had shot a deer and he was going to put some of it in the freezer, and she wasn't to look. That was in 2005. They moved to the house in 2006, so she must have been transplanted there. So they moved a body around. Here, I heard that theory, but minus the deer. I think that's Leanne trying to blame it all on a dead man. How do you not see a body in your freezer for 20 years? She also told people Amanda died in 2005 and they did a private burial. A private burial? Question mark. That's right. They say here, the night before closing, I went by to tell them to bring all the keys. Leanne said Bradley was the only one with a key to the deadbolt. She said that if anyone came home and the deadbolt was locked, they weren't allowed in the house and needed to come back later. Girl, there was no burial. I think Bradley was cutting Amanda up and using her for bait. He was a big fisherman. And they said, yes, that's my theory too. That has to be where the torso went. So this guy who you see in his best Sunday best fishing outfit right here, they're saying that he used her for bait. That's what he was doing. He was cutting her up and using her for bait. I know, I know. So, yeah. Where's my venison? It's been 20 years. It's well marinated now. Marinated with ice crystals and freezer burn. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be the best venison ever. Let's see what else it says here. Yeah, they would just sit in bed and watch TV and be on their phones all day. When we moved his mattress, it was apparent he wouldn't even move to go to the bathroom. The bathtub was filled with poop. Holy F. So the woman said she was going to donate the meat to an animal shelter, and I was fine with that. I was standing on the front lawn talking on my phone, and the man runs out and says, "We found a head." I ran into the garage, and there was a black trash bag with a head on it, and on the back of the tailgate, there was another black bag at the bottom of the freezer. They say everything worked out just right for Amanda to be found. If I would have let If I would have let my junk guys take it, they would have never looked in anything. It was perfectly preserved. So they had to have had her in there immediately after killing her and kept her for the entire 20 years. Yeah, that's interesting because if she was killed really anywhere else and like, days and days and days, the decomp would be obvious. Forensics would be able to tell even after thawing her. They'd be able to tell how much decomp had taken place. They say here, I couldn't believe it was 20 years. I thought it was from 2016 because that's how old the meat was on top of it. And they said, I still don't really know if Leanne knew. It had to be over a billion times in my head. Leanne was smart. So, yeah, there you go. Angela says, I prefer to think he left her in Texas. Using her when fishing is disgusting. If he left her in Texas, why bring the head and the hands home like you're some sort of mafia serial killer who's like, boss, I have proof that I have killed the rival mob boss. Here is his hands and his head. Like, why would you do that? Yeah. Laura T said, sorry, but if you tell me not to look in something, that's the first thing I'm doing, especially after you die. Maybe I won't do it while you're alive, but as soon as you're dead, I'm looking in it. Yeah. They were his trophy. Exactly, like, he fishes and you keep the head of the fish or the animal or whatever, and then you mount it. Was he going to mount her on a friggin' thing and put her on the wall? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not that guy. It's brutal. This girl, man, she, yeah, they're saying the hazmat team that was seen outside the home had nothing to do with the body. There was a room in that house that was full of dog shit and feces. The hazmat team had nothing to do with the remains found. Only her heads and hands were located. Here's some photos of their shitbox house. Oh my god. The the F, man. Like, clean your home. The toilet in the bathroom was full of brown matter. Well, that's one way of putting it. That's not the word I would use. Like, how can you live like such a pig? Like, if you have an illness or whatever, I get it, but get help. That's the first thing you gotta do is realize that if I can't walk to the bathroom, then I have an issue and that I need some help. Not just live like this until he can't move so much that he dies of COVID because he's unable to get air. I mean, no wonder they sold it for like $5. Yeah, this is mental. Well, Ping's firmly in the camp of she knew. I don't care. Ain't no one ever gonna change my mind. She knew. I don't believe anyone wouldn't have checked that freezer in 20 years or whatever. I don't care if you had to trudge through 10 of those bathrooms. As soon as that guy died, the first thing you were gonna do is look in the secret room you weren't allowed in for the last 15, 20 years. Tell me that's not the truth. Like, put yourself in this situation and that old guy dies. What's the first thing you're gonna do after they made such a mysterious, like, you know, like mystery about it? Like, ooh, don't go into that side room that has a deadlock. The first thing you're gonna do when that guy dies is like you're gonna walk home from the hospital, you're gonna come home, you're gonna get a drill out, and you're gonna drill that lock off. I swear to God, that's the first because you're gonna be like, well, maybe the room's clean. Maybe I can just live in there. All right, let's drill the lock off and find out what's in there. Oh, but I sold the house and I never knew there was a dead body and my daughter's hands and her head with a bullet wound in it. Never, ever, ever, never, ever. Ay, ay, ay. Who would buy it? Oh, people flip them. So they'll just strip the entire inside, chuck it all in the dump, and then rebuild it and flip it. Can do it in about 3 months. Sorry, I've got gloves on. Can you speak up? I'm wearing a towel. All right. I need a drink. Ping needs to calm down. That made me very angry. Hold on a second. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I got a little worked up. Had to calm down for a second. Ping got a little crazy. Sorry, I can't handle people who just talk absolute crap. It drives me crazy, and they're like the worst thing. Like I have no patience for it. I have like no patience for people who try and pull the walls over other people's eyes. I just don't like. I can see through BS in about a second. You grew up in the life that I've had. Like you live in and out of like homes and in the system and that. You pick up people who talk crap in about 1 second. So my BS meter's finely tuned. Unfortunately, it's one of the things. It's a preservation method. Growing up in the system and that, you have to very, very quickly find out and learn how to find out who to trust and who to not trust and, things like that. And even as like a young kid, you have to figure it out. And so it's almost like it's almost like an extra sense that I have. You just hear this person speak for like 5 minutes. I'll be able to tell if they're just full of crap. Blaze says, "Sounds like the house should be condemned." Yes, that's right. True. By the way, JS the cat emailed me yesterday saying that they had sent in a super thanks on Saturday or something after the show ended. JS the cat, I'm very thankful for that. and I am so sorry that I never seen it. I don't know what's going on with so a super thanks is the same as a super chat, but you can do it after the show, and it sort of pops up in the comments. But it's supposed to send me an alert that someone has done one, but it's not sending them. I thought just no one had sent one for months because I hadn't received anything. Like, and I went through all my emails last night trying to see if maybe I read it in the middle of the night and I just it's my fault and I just didn't see it. But no, I don't have anything. I went through 50 emails looking for it, trying to track it down, try to find out what was going on, and I wasn't able to find anything. And it wasn't until I went into my YouTube panel, went into monetization, and then went into there's like a little thing where it's like last person to give money and all that. And there's a little list. It's like the last 10 people. It was in there, but nowhere else. It was very odd. But I'm very thankful, JS the cat is very kind of you. I appreciate it. Angela says, no talk of cats tonight, my J Jojo. Oh, I'm very sorry. Is that the cat or is that the other animal? I don't want to say what the other animal is because I don't want you to get you in trouble with any wildlife services, but do you mean cat or do you mean different animal? Is cat code word? Let me know. And I'm sorry to hear that if that's true. That's very awful. Yes. To all the questions. Which one? Just all of them. Yes. Yeah, so thank you to JS. I really appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. And if I missed anyone else's, I'm really sorry. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Yeah, like we should get an alert. Like every time I get a super chat, I get an alert. Every time I get even a donation from PayPal, Ko-fi, whatever, I get an alert. So I don't know why it's acting like that. So, but thank you. It's very kind. By the way, I want to thank my friend. Let me reload this. Kathy Lynch. Kathy Lynch sent in her monthly thing. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. It's very much appreciated. If it wasn't for Kathy and a few other people, the channel would be doing horribly. They really keep it afloat. So I'm very, very thankful to them. Is that the only ones? Yeah. So I just wanted to address those two things. Oh, by the way, Kathy, you won't see her much. Apparently, she was one of the people who preferred the late shows, not the early shows. So I am sorry about that. There's not much I can do about it. Yesterday was my first day at I worked, so I did the live show yesterday, and then I did a shift after that, and I got home at like 9:30. So I'm a little off today. I'm a little tired. So let's keep going. I think we got one more story. One more, two more, five more, something like that. Yeah. Let's go to New Jersey.
Inside her home in Cumberland.
That didn't play
New
well.
Jersey detective shot and killed inside her home in Cumberland County, New Jersey. Here's our investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, the home of a veteran New Jersey detective, a taped-off crime scene. Sergeant Monica Mosley shot and killed during a home invasion.
Once I saw the yellow tape, I knew.
Investigators scouring her property in Bridgeton today, carrying out evidence and examining a shed in the backyard. It was about 10:30 Tuesday night when police were called to Mosley's home because people were kicking in the front door.
Bucksham Road, a gunshot.
Officers found the 51-year-old suffering from a gunshot wound and said she died at the scene.
She was a kind person, and she loved her children, her two daughters.
Tonight, police say they're questioning a possible suspect found at a hospital suffering from a gunshot wound. But so far, no charges and no motive. And so far, David, authorities have given no indication Detective Sergeant Mosley knew her killer, though it is early in the investigation. Tonight, she's being remembered as a constant friend and a role model in law enforcement. David?
Aaron Katursky.
Well, now I can tell you that 3 people have been charged over the death of that woman. They're saying 3 people have been charged with murder in connection with the fatal shooting of a detective during a home invasion at her residence in New Jersey. They're saying Detective Sergeant Monica Mosley with the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office in New Jersey was shot and killed at her home in Bridgeton on October 15, according to police. There's the home there. They're saying the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office announced Monday that charges have been filed in her death. 3 people, Nyshawn, is it Murchison, 29, Jared Brown, 31, and Richard Hawken Willis, 32, have been charged with first-degree murder and murder during the commission of a burglary. The prosecutor's office said they were also charged with burglary, unlawful possession of a weapon, hindering apprehension, and obstruction of justice, among other charges. They say a 4th person, Cynthia Pimentel, 38, was also charged with hindering an investigation, obstruction of justice, and tampering with evidence in connection with the death. The 4 defendants remain in custody, and attorney information was not available at the time. Let's see if they're due back in court anytime soon. Here's a photo of them. These are the 3 men, not including the 4th person who's a woman, but these 3 people have been charged in the death of an agent, and that is in a home invasion. They must have known who they were attacking. They say this is a significant step towards justice for the Detective Sergeant Monica Mosley and her family. And they're saying we are resolute in our commitment to ensuring that those responsible for this horrific act are held accountable. Our hearts remain with the detective's family and loved ones during this incredible, difficult time. The investigation remains ongoing with the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office, according to reports. Here's that 4th person that was charged in connection with it, a female. She was charged with obstruction and hindering prosecution. So they rounded that up pretty quick. In about 2 weeks, they were able to figure it out, get the people charged, and get these people in jail for a horrific death of one of their own. It's I'm guessing it's one of those cases that they never want to investigate, which is a work friend. Yeah, Cynthia Pimentel. That is her right there. Charged along with these 3, Nyshawn, Jared, and Richard. Have fun, fellas. Have fun in jail. Attack a cop, they're going to come after you with everything they have. Very dumb. Very dumb to go and attack a detective. Isn't that the most stupid thing you've ever heard? We're going to go do a robbery. Okay. On who? A bank? No. On an insurance firm? No. On a bookie? No. What about the mafia? No. I know. A police detective. Yes. That's a great idea. They'll never find us. They will never put much effort into that, in tracking us down. Some people. All right. There you go. There's that one. All right. I want to do the one that Peekaboo sent me. Hold on. If it'll play.
Philadelphia police released these photos
Hold
of
on, guys.
34-year-old Miguel Aguilar as they say he's a person of interest in this homicide investigation. Officials believe he is driving this white Chevrolet cargo van with a Pennsylvania license plate. They also want to note that the van has a roof rack, a missing paint, and a cross decal on the driver's side door. People on the block recall seeing him just a few days ago.
We seen him Friday. He was outside like he normally is, just sitting on the steps.
According to investigators, police were first called to the home on the 5900 block of Elsinore Street on Saturday, just after 9 p.m. Upon further investigation, they returned on Sunday. That's when they found 53-year-old Evilise Lugo wrapped in a blanket and a towel in the garage. Police say she was stabbed in the back.
I pray for the family, and I hope and pray that they do catch whoever did this to this young lady, because I never want to see anybody get killed this way.
Neighbors tell Action News Lugo's daughters were going door to door over the weekend, asking neighbors when was the last time they saw their mother.
They've been here a couple years, just like my mother. Good people.
Officials have reason to believe whoever did this may have tried to cover up the crime.
We were on the couch getting ready to watch a movie. We heard a knock at the back door, and it was the homicide detectives. They were wondering if my mother's mop bucket was there or did it belong to the neighbors. We explained that the mops that were out there were not hers and did not belong to her. I guess they were looking for something that he used to clean up.
There you go. Let me read it. It says police are searching for the estranged husband of a woman who was found stabbed to death and wrapped in a blanket inside a Philadelphia garage last weekend. They say the body of the 51-year-old was found Sunday after she'd previously been reported missing, according to police. She had last been seen at her home on Saturday. They say her estranged husband, Miguel Aguilar, 34, is believed to be a person of interest. Philadelphia police are asking for assistance in locating... Muffin, what are you doing? It says here, Philadelphia police are asking for assistance in locating a white 2006 Chevrolet Express cargo van with Pennsylvania license plate ZRR4023. Here's a photo of the victim, unfortunately. They say they are searching for 34-year-old Miguel Aguilar, who's a person of interest in the homicide. Ay, ay, ay. Let me see if I can find anything else. There's a photo of him, Miguel. And they're saying his wife was wrapped in a blanket. Yeah, wrapped in a blanket inside a Philadelphia garage last weekend. All right, let's see if we can find anything else on Mr. Miguel. No. I don't. Just that they've named the person of interest, which is him, the husband. That's the last thing they updated for it. So he's on the run. It's a good old-fashioned manhunt, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your bloodhounds, grab your horses, grab your pickup trucks. A woman, his partner. It's this lady down here. This woman. Sorry, why is that so large? There we go. This lady here. She was found wrapped in a blanket in the garage in Philadelphia. Her partner is now on the run. So there you go. That's her photo there. Unfortunately, what a horrible way to treat someone. So what is that? A white? What does that even look like? A white 2006. Okay. So this is the type of car they're looking for, apparently. One of these, your typical long van, I guess. That's what yeah, grab your pitchforks. Don't be grabbing your nooses. We don't do that no more. Peekaboo says, I was on the phone with my bestie for the last hour. I hope your bestie's doing well, my sweet friend. But yes, this is the type of car they're looking for. With the license plate ZRR4023, Pennsylvania plate. And here we have some traffic photos too. All right, it looks slightly different to that photo I just gave you, but there you go. They've got some, these are obviously from traffic cameras. There you go, ZRR4023. And there it is, probably wherever they last saw it. White van with roof racks. Yep, white van with roof racks right there. I know, I'm just showing you again. It's very quick, that video. People go, ping, I want to see it again. So I'm just showing you again. And missing paint? There is a little bit of missing paint on the back. Just on the back door. And up on these top railing, top here, on near the roof rack, there's paint, and on these doors that open here, there's a little bit there, and on that, why is it all up here? From pushing stuff onto the roof? That's what I'm gonna guess. From constantly pushing stuff up and then onto the racks. It's taken the paint off over the years. Because it's all in the top portion. See, it's over the top of the door. It's down this door frame here for through this structural panel here, and then through here. And then there's a little bit on the back door too. Why on earth does it have a church cross on it? Are you a vampire mobile? Do you take blood? Is that what it is? Is this a secret sign for vampires? Because otherwise, why is it on the door? Are you a morgue? Are you a morgue? Do you transport bodies? Why on earth is there a Christian cross on the back door? It's a bit creepy. A bit creepy when you rolled your wife up and left her in a garage. Oh, that's a good point, Blaze. 51, she's 51 and he's 34. Could have been a green card situation. You might be right. That's a good observation, an astute observation. All right. I don't have any more on him, unfortunately. It just says they're just looking for him in this van. So if you're in the PA area or see this car anywhere in associated states around there, he may be trying to cross state lines. Call it in. If you're somebody who drives around a lot, is always on the road, you might see it. What happened to my... Yeah. They say she was found wrapped in a blanket and towel with a stab wound to the back. She was pronounced dead at the scene. No arrests have been made in the murder, and a weapon has not been recovered as of yet, according to police. Ay, ay, ay. And here's a photo of his dumb face. This is the guy you are looking for. Him and that van. Keep an eye out. If you see it, call it in. If you see it, call it in. You're looking, no, sorry, not PA. Philadelphia, but it has PA plates. So there you go. PA plates, but in Pennsylvania. No. Philadelphia, but PA plates. Too many P words. All right. Angela says only a coward stabs someone in the back. I agree. I agree. It is pretty poor. Pretty poor. All right. Let's keep going, my friends. One more, and then we're going to get out of here for the night. I got to start getting ready, so. One more, my friends. I don't have any more on Penny's sister. I'm not sure what the hell happened, but she was supposed to be back in court, and then nothing happened, so. Yeah, Newsweek did an article. Do they have an update for us? No. Nope. That is very strange. Okay. Let me go back. Do we have anything else on? I'm just doing some checkups of cases we've followed. No, not that one. Okay. I can't get back to my page. Yeah. All right, not that one either. Was there anything in Zelig Williams? Did they find him? No. Nothing in Zelig Williams either. What about Gallatin County? Let's have a look at Gallatin. Nope, they are still looking for that axe and that Yeti container. So if you've seen it, call it in. They are still trying to locate that murder weapon, what they believe is a murder weapon. And yes, they're still looking for it. Yeah, so here they actually said in this article. So the other day we just speculated it was a murder weapon, but they believe it is. It says axe taken from crime scene after Montana Canada's brutal murder. Authorities say as killer remains at large. They were saying they now believe that is the murder weapon. I mean, it seems pretty obvious. They said Hey, stop that. They're saying authorities said they were looking for the blue and silver Estwig camp axe with a 26-inch handle, as well as the Remington shotgun and the Ruger Blackhawk revolver. They say the sheriff's office said it was looking for an orange Tundra 45 cooler made by Yeti. They said if you see these items, don't touch them and immediately report them to police. Yeah, so they're looking for Dustin's killer, who is on the run right now. Yeah, they're saying they're looking for a large axe and other items that were likely taken from the crime scene. Yeah, I thought it was this article, but yeah, I heard it confirmed that they believe that is the murder weapon. Yeah, I didn't find anything on him, unfortunately. I did get a haircut late last night. DJ says Susan Simmons' family says all but one phrase are scams. Oh, yeah, only give to the family. If you want to give to these kind of things like Susan and searches for like Austin King and the girl who died in the aeroplane thing, make sure it's a family member or someone you can verify is related. That's why I never advocate for any of them. I just show them to you, but make sure you do your own research and just know that I haven't verified them, just showing you what I can find. Just make sure you do your own research, try and verify what you can. Hold on. Yeah, fraud. Susan Simpson's family warned about scam fundraisers. Can't believe they still haven't found her. That is shocking to me. It is really shocking. They say Susan Simpson's family friends say all but one fundraisers are scams. Oh, so this one, aid Susan's kids in need. That's a bad one. Don't do that one. And one by Teresa Clark. And they say Teresa did not make this. Meal train for Simpson children. So they said they lifted it from a real one that they're doing for the kids, like a meal train thing. They said, if you're wanting to give love and support for my family, please only use this link. Thank you for the endless prayers as we search to find my mother. Aaron Goldsmith. They say this is also a scammer. Please do not donate here. My mother's name is also Suzanne. Yeah, they spelt it wrong. Suzan. So whoever this is, Aaron Goldsmith, piece of crap, trying to prey on people's kindness in a time of need. So which one is the real one? Okay, so only the one that's from Meal Train is the real one. Okay. All right, so only the Meal Train one is the real one? Please, yeah. Okay, Meal Train. That's not what we wanted to do. All right, sorry, I'm just trying to find it, everyone. Hold on. What? This is the weirdest. What the hell? They say Fox X SA San Antonio. They say support sought for kids of Susan Simpson amid ongoing search effort. Then they're saying a fundraiser has been set up for Susan Simpson's children, and they didn't provide the link. Well done, well done. enough copy pasting things for you. Yeah, it's weird. I can't find it. Maybe they took it down. Uh, yeah, that's very odd. I can't find it, but apparently it's on. Maybe because I'm Australian, I can't get to it. That does happen, unfortunately. Sometimes being an Australian, the links don't show up or it doesn't search right. But, so Susan Simpson was a woman who was at a club with her husband called the Argyle. They were witness fighting at the club. It was a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago now, on a Sunday night. Once she made it back to her property, the neighbors witnessed the husband forcibly restrain her, assault her, and still continue this argument. Then the neighbors heard some weird noises behind the house in the bushland, and then she went missing. He reported her missing the next day, and she hasn't been seen since. He was arrested a few days later in Kendall County, and the search has been on ever since to find Suzanne Simpson. They haven't been able to find her, unfortunately. I can't find that link, so I'm sorry about that, but maybe Americans can see it. Ah, that's not what we want. We don't want my ugly face on the screen. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry to scare any small children at home. I know it's Halloween, but not today. All right. I can play a little. Yeah, so you remember Susan Simpson now? All right. Yeah, I can't find the meal train thing. Very strange. Normally we can see it. Yeah, let me check their Facebook page. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the links for it, unfortunately. Apparently, yeah, I'm not sure if maybe it got pulled down. Apparently there was a bit of backlash. I'm seeing on the on Facebook that some people are saying that these people, like Susan's family, they have money. And people are saying, why would we donate to them even in this difficult time when their family was quite wealthy? Uh, I don't I don't I don't begrudge that opinion because I get it. There's a lot of people out there that don't have very much, and being asked to donate to a family who's already very wealthy, I understand. At the same time, their mom is missing, their dad is in jail, and these kids don't really have anyone. Like I see both sides of it, if that makes sense. I don't like seeing my own face, so. Angela says she was at a private country club. Yeah, the Argyle. I know, it was a private country club, yeah. So, yeah, that's sort of the lay of the land. I have heard some people saying, like, it's not we shouldn't be donating to people who already have a lot of money. But at the same time, yeah, these kids have lost everything. Their dad's in jail for possibly the murder of their mother. At a minimum, he's in jail for assaulting their mother and firearms offenses. Their mum is missing, presumed dead. And I don't know how it works. How long does it take to get insurance for the kids to pay for their stuff from life insurance and this and that? So just because it seems like they have money doesn't mean they have access to it right now. The father's funds are probably locked up right now, being that he's under investigation. And it's possible that anything the mother had is also being locked up right now because they can't verify whether she's alive or dead. So just because they're wealthy doesn't mean they don't need help. That's right. She's called Peekaboo now. There is no cockatiel. It's a short name. That's her street name. Did you know that's her gangster name? That's what the homies call her. When she's out there sliding for people, they're like, "Peekaboo, get the gat. get to the sorry, I can't do it, but it's funny. Get to the drug house." That's what they say to Peekaboo when she's sliding for her homies. All right. Let's keep going. One more and then I want to get out of here. I really do have to go get ready. It really sucks. I hope I hope this won't be forever, and I hope to be back on the late shows sometime in 2025. But in December, we're going away for a while, so you're coming with us. So there will actually be later shows in December because we're going to be on holiday. So, well, not a holiday. We're going to a wedding. I don't know if you want to call that a holiday, but sure. All right. Sorry, let me get rid of these. I've got too many links open. All right. All right. I want to do the one from Mr. DJ. Not that one. Mr. DJ says, DJ says, there was unfortunately, are we back off again? Why the F does it keep doing that? Yeah, view tab. Mr. DJ says, student dies after stabbing at Manor Senior High School. Police are investigating a stabbing at the high school that left a student dead, according to Austin Travis County EMS. A spokesperson for the independent school said a student was stabbed on campus property by another student during an altercation. The student in the stabbing is in police custody right now. They say the ATCEMS said it received a call for a reported stabbing at the school at 12:45 p.m. When they arrived, medics tried life-saving measures on the student but were unsuccessful. The student was pronounced dead at the scene. Manor ISD sent a letter to parents regarding the incident, saying the school is closing early. Students can be picked up starting now in front of the school, and buses will begin transporting students who normally ride home shortly. School is also cancelled for tomorrow due to this incident and death. That's horrible. A student here, management school. What are they called? MIS? Let's see. Yeah, KSAT. Let's go to KSAT. Yeah, Manor High School students stabbed, killed on campus, according to reports. School administrator canceled classes for the remainder of Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah. No, that's Northside Independent School District. Apparently, an NISD elementary school teacher was arrested on drug-related charges too. A bad week for independent schools. The campus was initially placed on lockdown, but administrators canceled classes for Tuesday and Wednesday. According to the police department, Darren Loving, 18, was stabbed in the chest. Fire officials tried to save his life, but he later died from his injuries. The person arrested and detained after the stabbing is called Mac Brown Emba Mbawai. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Mbawai? Mbanwai? Something like that. My African is no good. They're saying here he was 18, so both 18. I'm going to call him Mac Brown. There you go, Mac Brown. I can pronounce that. They're saying police said afterwards that he was arrested and charged with murder. 18 years old, now charged with murder after stabbing another kid at the high school. Darren Loving, 18. This is ridiculous. What a bunch of idiots, both of them. I mean, not the kid who got stabbed, but the kid who stabbed him. Like, you just threw your life away. You ain't 17. I'm just trying to see if I can find him on social media. Darren Loving. Yeah, let me check something. I want to see if we can find the victim. Hold on. No, that's not how you. Dallas, Texas? It's the only one I can find with that particular spelling. They're saying they live in Dallas. Interesting, see? It's the only one I can find with that particular spelling. Darrin. He has 4 friends. Is it the same one? I don't know. No idea, but there's no photo on his profile. One day. Maina? What is it? Maina? Maina. Is that how you pronounce the school? Oh, the school. I get you. Maina. In Australia, you'd have a Y in it somewhere. Maina. It'd be like, how would we pronounce it? It'd be like Maine. There'd be a Y in there and an A. There'd be some sort of shorthand. It'd be like MAYA. And it'd be pronounced Maina. That's how everyone pronounces crap here. Everything's got an IE or an A on the end. Australians just speak in A's and IEs. They shorten everything. Every word you could think of. Arvo, petrol, gas station is it go down to the petrol station. It gets shortened here. Go down to the bottler, which is an alcohol shop. Peekaboo says, reminds me of that next door neighbor of the show with Tim Allen, where Tim was a handyman. All you can see is the eyes and nose. Yeah, Wilson. Who doesn't love Wilson? He's the best guy on Home Improvement. And if I can be even the 10th of him, that'd be great. I love Wilson. It's very sad. He died, right? He passed away like a number of years ago. Pretty sure. Yeah, Earl Hindman. Yeah, he died like died like 20. Yeah, wow, it was that long ago. Oh wow, I thought it was only like 5 years ago or something. No, he died years and years and years ago. Actually, 21 years ago. 21 years ago, he passed away. He died in 2003. That was the guy who played him on Home Improvement. Yeah, he 21 years. Wow, really? Isn't that weird? Sometimes you go, wow, was it really that long ago? He was great on Home Improvement. These two, Tim Allen and whatever his name is. I don't know what his real name is. Hey, there he is. They actually did a show together. What was it, like last year? And they did like a home improvement or engineering type show where it was like a competition, sort of like Mythbusters. And I don't think it did very well because it got cancelled. There's Wilson hiding behind a Bible. Wilson with the helmet on. Wilson with his new love in the show when he meets that girl. There you go, over the fence. That is me. That's how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life as Wilson. I'm going to change my avatar on everything to Wilson. Yeah, I love Wilson. Pam Anderson was on the show as a Tool Time girl. That is true. And 15-year-old Ping was like, wow, she's the hottest girl I've ever seen. Until I realized that she is really not the hottest girl I've ever seen. She was hot when she was really young, and then it slowly declined from there. But it's just, yeah, no good anymore. She got into all the weird stuff. She married Tommy Lee. That made her super unattractive. And, yeah, I don't know. Became a bit strange. All right. Hey, we've almost done 2 hours for you. Let's start winding up. Let's get out of here. I got to go get ready. By the way, my friend Laura T sent in a Ko-fi I very much appreciate it. And she left a message. Okay. What'd she say? Cookies for Ping. Thank you. I appreciate it very much for the cookies. It's very kind of you. I will tell you that she is not. Are you joking? I thought she was dating Julian Assange or something. She's really dating Liam Neeson? Holy crap. That'll be a very strange Taken movie. I heard you've taken my wife. She's 40 years younger than me. It's okay. Don't bring her back. I have no skills. I have no skills to find you. Just never bring her back. Um, that's interesting. She wears no makeup now. That's an interesting choice. By the way, as you would all know, if you are in America, the next week we've got Halloween tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or the day after or whatever? So Halloween first, but next week's really going to be actually every day for the next about week is going to be just bonkers. You saw tonight; it was crazy out there. It's just going to get worse for the next week to 2 weeks to maybe a month. So please be careful out there. Yeah, just whenever there's an election on, everything gets a little mental and everyone acts a little crazy. So please be really, really careful out there. Watch your surroundings. Don't be going to any rallies unless that's something you really want to do. Don't be like, hey, I walked through downtown and I got trapped through like 100,000 people. I was here for like 5 hours. What the hell? They just trapped me in this giant square of people, and then a guy started talking on the stage, and I was like, "Hey, I saw him on TV last week." No, just be really careful out there. It's a little mental. Yeah, you have a time change on the weekend too. Next Tuesday, so um, just be careful. Get your voting done if you're going to vote. Get it done early. Don't be heading out. Don't be heading out like 5 o'clock Tuesday to try and get it done because you're just going to get swamped in a tsunami of people. Get in as early as you can if that's what you're going to do. If you're not going to vote, don't vote. Whatever you want, I don't care. But just I care that you're going to be safe. It gets a little crazy out there, so just be good. Fifth is Guy Fawkes Night or Fawkes Night. Yeah, in the UK, you guys can do fireworks again. That'll be fun. You always mail in. That's a good idea. Is mail-in closed now? Because we're so close to the event? Yeah, can you still do a mail-in? Does anyone know? Vote early, vote often. That is true. It was a very weird statistic, I heard, that only 20% of Americans voted in the last election. I'll tell you a little bit of weird trivia. In Australia, it is actually legally required that you vote in all elections, state, federal, and local elections. You must vote in all of them, otherwise the government will fine you. It is literally like mandatory. There is no choice. You must vote. There is like a 99% turnout for all elections in Australia. All right, hey, let's get out of here, huh? Oh, I hope you get a good pay for that. I know we have family members who sometimes do the like voting booth, like working at voting offices and that, and apparently it's good money. So I hope you do that. Hope they pay you well. Yes, it is. That's true. It is true. It is a mandatory thing here. You must vote in every election. They will fine you. It's like $150 per offense. Yeah, I'll have a good shift. Yeah. Carolina says, at the poll, they ask us to check and make sure the ballot reflected our true vote. Isn't that nice? Well, I hope it is your true vote. Don't be voting what other people think. Vote what you think. Okay? We don't do any politics on this channel, but I tell you, don't get swept up in any mind, whatever, like the Borg mind control or whatever. You vote for your own. Vote what you think reflects your own, like moral choices and what you think will benefit your life, what will benefit your family and your community. Vote like that, and don't get swept up into any like hysteria with different things, and you'll be just fine. Angela says, make your voice count and your vote. That's right. Make sure you get out there. It doesn't matter who you vote for, just vote for someone. Doesn't matter who. You could vote for the guy with the guitar on the street corner. I don't care. You just vote for someone. You could vote for the guy in Times Square who walks around in his underwear playing songs. That's fine. As long as you can select him on the ballot, you can vote for him. Patty says 3 voting mailboxes got set on fire, but they got the person's license plate. Yeah, there was also in Pennsylvania 2,600 or 1,500 mail-in votes had to be paused and looked through because they came from a company who pays workers to go out there and get people to register for voting and vote, and they just didn't pass. They didn't pass the sniff test. They weren't fraudulent. They just didn't. They looked like they were done in the same person's handwriting, so they've got to be verified and how to look at. They weren't. They didn't. I don't think they voted for anyone. They were just registrations. So. Isn't that a federal offense? I'm not sure. It was in Portland. Patty's one was in Portland. Okay. All right. I might come back later after I get back tonight. I might come back on for a little while and see who's up early in the morning your time, and I might do a really late show. Okay. But we did 2 hours. 2 hours today. That's longer than the normal early show. So that's good. We added like an extra hour to an hour and a half. All right. Let's get out of here. You guys have got Trish in about 7 minutes, and then I will see you tomorrow. Okay? It did go fast. It did. It did. It's a bit weird not seeing you guys for 24 hours, but sure. I will. I'll be safe. My work's the most boring place anyway. There ain't no one there. Oh, did he? Hopefully they finally nail that guy. I hope they do eventually. Crazy stories. We did hear some crazy stories tonight, like the lady in the propeller. A very crazy story, but very sad. And then the guy by the highway. That's a very sad story too. Yeah, have a great evening. Have fun with Trish. She's got Aphrodite Jones on with something about a true life vampire, if you want to do that. If not, if you want to catch the end of the Boone trial coverage, you can head to my friend Excited Utterance and head to her channel and check in on some she talks about the Boone trial and a few other different. She's more a trial and legal person, but if you like that type of thing, head over to Excited Utterance. She's got a great channel too, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you to all the people who support this channel. If you like and subscribe or leave comments, I have a whole crapload of comments I've got to go back through. Lots of nice people left comments. I've got to find some time and go back through them. But please keep leaving them because I do read them. Oh wait, hold on, one thing. JS the cat said something about can I do chapters? Maybe. We'll look at that. By the way, Juicy Jules's birthday was either today or yesterday. I'm not sure. She posted overnight. Juicy Jules, happy birthday to you. Have a great birthday, and I hope you get some cookies just for you. Okay? Have a great birthday, my friend. Good night, everyone. Bye.